this elderly uncle starts to talk about revolution.
I wasn't that old. 2003, I was around 30-something years old.
I was a teenager.
2003, were you a teenager?
2003, I wasn't a teenager. Because I was a teenager when I
entered accusing me for.
I was a teenager when I got into Unilag. Anyway, I was aligned with the thoughts of revolution. Yes, we need a new leadership direction in Nigeria, and I agreed with him. But Oga was not talking about a peaceful revolution. He was talking about how Jerry Rawlings of Ghana, killed the political leaders at the time for Ghana to have peace. And I'm like, sir, so how many people in Nigeria are you going to kill? Well, at this point, I was no longer interested in this date. And I went to our mutual friend and said, if I ever hear that Showore's name, young man like that just wants to die. Who told him that it is him that Nigeria needs to prosper? And that was the last Showore heard of me. In fact, I misplaced the phone.
Yes. So so she asked me, so how many people are you going to kill? I said, I'm not trying to kill anybody, but I think there will be a revolution, and the revolution will not be televised. That was the last I heard of Jumoke. And I left back to the US, got married, and now I have kids. And so last year...
Somebody asked the question, at that age, did you know that you were going to go into politics in Nigeria? What was your mindset?
Oh man, I had, I'm the opposite of what I'm doing now. At that time, I'm just like, I just could wish on Nigeria a revolutionary process that is not electoral. And I'm being honest, I was so disturbed. In 2003, when I came back from the US, I'd seen the US, I see how things were functioning. And I'd met Nigerian leaders, seen how many houses they have in the US, Europe, and America. And I would admit it, I hated them so badly that I'm like, wow, why can't just something just happen from nowhere? I wished on them like a meeting where they were having a meeting and there would be an earthquake that would just take everything. And I didn't believe in bloody revolution, contrary to what I told you. But it was just that anger, how could a country that is so blessed be in such a mess?
True.
So I came back, at that point in 2003, I had obtained a master's degree, but I was not willing to go to America again. I wanted to come to Nigeria. One of the things that happened to me was that I came back with the hope that all the activists were aligned with me. The day arrived. Dr. Fashio was holding a rally in support of Obasanjo in Ojota. I was like, what? Because these are the people that kind of trained me. I asked this person, Showore, I say you don't go too far, the country not like. The people are just telling me stories and I was disillusioned.
May I be very honest with you? Nigeria is a country that makes you align. You know the way they say that if you can't
beat them,
you join them. In terms of, if we had a working system where you're sure that if you fell ill with kidney disease tomorrow, you'll be taken care of, then you can stay on your path and say, this is who I am.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
if you stay on that path and you have one small illness, you are that illness away from begging the same people that you're fighting.
No.
So we don't have the system and everybody has to protect themselves.
I'll say this to you. This is so true. When I was about to leave Nigeria, I was on an interview, with Sonny Rabosho on AIT, and I had this cult issue, and they asked me, why don't we ask Nigerians to donate to you so you can go for treatment? I was shocked when I said I don't want the same people whose children attack me in the university to donate to me for my treatment. He was shocked. Till today, he expresses his shock because he felt
there was a Nigerian actor that died.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, Nonsu or something like that, who didn't want anyone to donate to him also, and he died with his kidney.
I could have died. I could have died, because I never had, even though I was vulnerable, I didn't want anybody to support me, and nobody supported me. And I'm glad that they didn't, because if that many people that wanted to support me supported me before I left Nigeria, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did as Sahara Reporters. Because I would have owed a lot of people favors.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm the one who's, even, I remember Festus Keyamo. I had a spat with him over Farida, I think it's Farida Waziri, who was like, Festus Keyamo lied that I came to his office to seek for help.
Wow.
Until I had to prove that Festus, before I left Nigeria, I never met you more than, I met you twice through Sugar and me. One at the office and the house. And then he then confessed that it's true. But he made up the story as if, oh, I came to him to beg for help. Now we're friends. Well, not on the same page. But he then said, okay, it's true, Sowore never came to. But people are very quick to use whatever help they render to you as a way of shutting you up, blackmailing you. Yeah. And this is the reason why.
If your children were in Nigerian schools and you wanted to give them quality education and their school fees were 2 million per term, per child, and you
can't afford it.
You can't. So there'll be that. What do I do?
Then you go to somebody.
You have to align. Or are you going to allow your children to go to public school because you want to stick to... And look at Nigeria. Many people who have stayed, oh, it should be my turn, it should be my turn, since 1999, they're still saying it should be their turn. That's why people in their 70s are the ones in leadership. Because we've just gone around in circles, you know, it's man, no man, who knows who. And if you say, well, Oga, I want to stand on my own, then it means that you either suffer or you run away.
No, they have threatened me before when I was at the University of Lagos. Several of my professors said, yeah, we know you have a great stand, you're standing for your rights, but when it's time to graduate, you come up there. You know, and they tried to do it to me. One thing I never did is to beg anybody to graduate. In fact, when the Vice Chancellor then, Omotola, called us to a meeting with Malcolm Fabi and Lekon, no, not Lekon, Leske, said, Deke, you know, Tunu guy said, you should consider yourself lucky that I'm the Vice Chancellor. See, I want to graduate Sowore now where, you know, he's going to, I said to Mr. Vice Chancellor, calm down. You have two options to let me graduate because I have actually graduated. People are holding on to my results. But you can have me for another 1 year. I'd say I fails. On campus. You have to go. That was how, you know, they quickly decided that, you know, justice had to be done. Not because it's convenient, but because they knew what it means. Just for me to be walking around campus and just waving at people like that.
Well, it's not all of us who have the strength of will.
Yeah.
That we have to be very honest.
Talking about strength of will, so somebody said to us, he said, everybody that's going to government go with goodwill. Is it goodwill?
Goodwill.
Yes. I said, well, what we found out is that you take the good with you, but not the will. And that happens because
they usually spend
Godfathers have taken the will, they leave you to good. So you are carrying goody. You want to use will. Oh boy, now we put you for there now. So
I have a few questions.
Jumoke, yeah, you have your questions, but I want to let you know that this date has happened again. Not a romantic one. I failed completely in that direction. But it's great to be reunited with you. I actually met you on the View.
Yes.
At TVC
last year. And
your position made it easy for me to be on the show because the other guys who were like your co-hosts didn't understand who I was. It was like, this is a small guy. You know, this is a guy who's causing trouble. It's a Harry Potter's guy. And I imagined everybody was like worried about what I was going to say.
Guess what they said after?
Yeah, what did they say?
That Jumoke obviously respects this guy. That I was quiet. I listened. The interview was well organized. Like usually I will attack every politician, but that so in your colleague calm it down.
Yes. How many people are watching? Wow. Take it back. Yeah, so let's do the question and answer session.
When I was contacted to come on your couch, the question that, it wasn't the question, I said, I'm very disappointed in Sowore, and Pius can testify to that. And I said, Nigerians were looking for a third force. And we thought that PACT was it. Because when all of you started coming out, Charlie Boy, in his wealth of experience, realized that all of you will gather 1 million votes each, and the incumbent will stay. Come together as a strong force that Nigerians can look at and say, okay, now we don't have to choose between the devil and the deep blue sea. So that the PACT didn't happen disappointed a lot of us. I tell you why. In 2015, I voted COA. Professor Remy Shonaya.
Yes.
And in my PU, in fact, in my entire ward, I think, it was only one COA. But my vote was to say that we have a choice. There are not only 2 contestants in this election. There are several others. And so if you do not believe in the incumbent and the elderly grandpa who was opposing him...
grandpas, these are our ancestors.
There are other people that we can vote. And once they know that some of us have protest votes and it starts to well up and becomes a problem for them, they will have no choice than to start to field competent candidates. So I was looking forward to this third force, that I could now go confidently, knowing that several other people would have that choice also, and say, I'm not voting this party, I'm not voting the other one. It is this third force that I'm going to vote. Even if they don't, get there, you will start to build a structure over time. Some of you would go into the Senate, some of you would go into the House of Representatives, because that's where the power really is. It's not just being president. So that's my issue with you. And I said, I'm going to say it to you on the couch. So if you come out with 10 million votes, because young Nigerians, and I said to Pius, Sowore has the young people behind him. We feel the pulse of the people and we know. If you brought that population and joined it to the professionals that maybe another candidate like Mogalu has, and the elites that a fella would bring, you guys would actually make an impact that will surprise the other 2 political parties. What happened?
Yes, thank you very much for that. So, I went to PACT with an open mind. When I got to PACT, I discovered I was the only person with an open mind. There were 3 major candidates at PACT. We have to say it openly. It was me, Fela, and Mogalu that everybody expected. Mogalu came to PACT with one single agenda. I'm not stepping down for anybody. Whatever outcome PACT is, must be Mogalu. But quite honestly, to be fair to him, he didn't come to the first meeting. He sent a representative, and then when we went to Charlie Boy's house in the evening, he came personally. But something came out of Mogalu's mouth. He said, well, I've met with elders in this country, and they feel that we need to present a candidate that is acceptable to them. Otherwise, they won't be feeling comfortable. So I asked Mogalu, who are the elders? Mogalu was saying pretty much to us at Charlie Boy's house, this is the second meeting in one day now, that there's some elders he has been consulting with. And I zoomed one of them, and later found out it was Babangida. Babangida says, well, the message from Sowore is too harsh. And we need somebody that's acceptable to us so that, if you guys... What does that mean then? Well, what it means is that they're afraid of going to jail. They're afraid of a disruptive leadership in the country. So I asked Mogalu, I said, you elders want... They said, they don't want the candidate. I said, count me out of any meeting or a coalition that will produce a candidate that's acceptable to the elders. Everybody knows my position about the elders. I fought them during June 12. I fought them during third time. I fought them through Yar'Adua, Cabal, and beyond that. I said, those elders are not worth my time. Fela, interesting guy. You have to respect him Fela is a very calm, but very calculating guy. Everybody that came to park were Fela's people, but Fela never let anybody know. But my student union experience, when I saw them, I knew these are Fela's people. Because what I said to them is, why are you guys in a hurry to choose a candidate when you're aspirants? Why don't you let all the aspirants become candidates? And then all the aspirants will come together and choose it. They say, in the room, there was a Kubese. There was one lady, I don't remember her name, they are all members of AAN. They said, in fact, there's one Anigilaje who wore a Nigerian cap. He was pumping. And anytime you go to a meeting where somebody you have never known before is the most outspoken, be suspicious. They were all, it turns out they were all Fela's boy. But trust Fela was very calm. But when they were to suggest the name of park, it was Fela that poured it out. Presidential aspirants said, that's it. I said to myself, I have one thing they call rubbish detector. The thing just went up. I said, these are Fela's boys. And that was how I stopped going to parks. What they now did to Moghalu, he went to Moghalu and said, Prof, you are the best. There's no way you can lose this game now. You have PhD, everything. Moghalu was, being invited like the Yoruba say that, they dug a grave for him, but they put a mat over it and put a chair on it. When Moghalu came to part and sat down, he just found himself at the bottom of. That was why Moghalu, out of naivety, and I'm saying it openly, fell for PACT. I knew that PACT would end that way. PACT was Fela's idea of a presidential candidate. And you have to respect Fela for it. Fela is very, very good at massaging people's ego, respecting you, until you commit suicide. He's very good at that. I'm sure he watches me all the time. But Moghalu's one was like, he felt like time was running out. He's 55 years old. He knows very well that in another 4 years, nobody's voting for anybody that
is elderly. Very true.
So his last chance for this very restless population is this one. So Moghalu cannot accept anything less than that. If you put PAC together 5 different times, it will produce the same results. Me, I will not go with it because I know the outcome. Fela will go with it because he knows the outcome because it's his boys. Moghalu will go with it because they told him he's the best. By the time they finished with Moghalu that day, it took a while for him to recover. So it wasn't that PACT wouldn't have worked. It was because PACT wasn't open-minded enough.
It was a scam then.
It was. Even Tokwe Pashwa wrote about it. He wrote extensively about it. Tokwe Pashwa of ANRP. He said, this is what happened but I was the first to detect that the guys that came, there were about 19 candidates. And when I walked into that room, I've never heard about 10 of them before. And I knew they were all working for Fela. Later, they started calling me. There was one guy from Akwa Ibom. He confessed to me, he said, Anigilaje called me and said, can we have dinner at Fela's? I said, but I thought you were neutral. He said, what are you talking about? Ikubese was working for Fela.
It's the same party.
Yes, Ashim, there's one lady who was Elisha. They were all Fela's people. But Fela pulled back because Fela was comfortable. Fela knew what he would do to everybody.
That's a scam because, if you come to a pact where it's supposed to be an elective position and 10 out of 19 of us are in the same party rather than being candidates of different parties, then it's...
So if you look at the history of PACT, before I was the first to leave, and then some people followed. In fact, the first person they attacked was me, because I issued a statement saying, this is the reason I'm not joining. They said, Sowore is this, is too that, is too radical. I didn't care. But because I knew the outcome of anybody who practiced student unionism a little bit will understand what the outcome of PACT. And the reason it was easy for them to get Moghalu was linear in his mindset. He wanted to be president, and they kept going to him, Prof, you are the one, no. How can anybody defeat you at back? But if I was Morgan, I would say, if you think I'm the best candidate, why don't you step down for me? But he didn't think about that.
Yeah.
It was just
the human ego. I call it edging God out. And once you edge God out of anything, you're very limited. So my next question.
Blessed memory. Next question.
They unpacked.
Unpacked.
They unpacked. So, what's the way forward now? Why this question? Because we've seen the other two political parties, they have the financial muscles, to pull together crowds in every state of the country and say that they're having political campaigns.
Rallies.
Yes. So I've seen you go around the country, we know that there's a lot of followership in terms of young people who are tired of the old force. But the Musa, I think I asked you this question when you were not sure, in Sokoto, who is uneducated, who is 25, who is a cattle rearer or something of the sort, who has never heard of a Sowore. How do you gather enough votes across Nigeria to become our next president? So
let's look at this from the point of statistics. There's a new pie chart in town that has got 2 million people who are registered as students, and there's 44 million people who are below the age of 35 years old, between 35 and 18. There's nobody in the history of Nigeria who's ever won a presidential election with more than 15 million votes. So the Musa in Sokoto met Sowore because Sowore went to Sokoto twice and spoke to them. But Buhari didn't go to Sokoto more than once. The Abdullahi in Zamfara met Sowore once. Actually twice, because we went to Jimba the second time. I did that in 4 states in Nigeria, and quite honestly, if there's anything that restored my hope in the Nigerian nation, it was the fact that I had the chance to travel everywhere, and everybody accepted me for who I was. They accepted the message, they let me into their homes, they had truthful discussions, they asked questions about, so what do you want, what can you do for us? Prior to this moment, the assumption is that every Musa out there is literate. It's not true. The highest number of people who are using internet in Nigeria spread between Lagos and Jigawa State. Sometimes there are more people accessing information on the internet in Jigawa than Lagos. Can you believe that? And I found out this through Sahara Reporters. It is not true that everybody in the north is illiterate, and it's not true that everybody in the south is literate.
Correct.
In fact, there are more literate people in the south who are uneducated. So there's a difference between literacy and education.
I totally agree with you.
Yes. And they are all huffing and puffing, but the truth is that a lot of people in the north are very politically conscious.
More people in the north,
yes.
Actually, because
when
you see the statistics of PVCs collected,
yes.
they have more people in
so
the north.
What are you telling me is that when we went to do town hall meetings, they were asking more serious questions than people in the south. This is open information that we found out in Taraba, we found out in Yola, in Benue, in Plateau State, yes, in Nasarawa. We were shocked. When we were in Nasarawa passing the first time, we just stopped and we were like, do you know us? Yeah, we know you now. We went to Kano, they said, we are members of AAC. We was like, how did you happen? They said, we registered on the internet. Do you guys have internet here? I said, look, internet in Kano is better than Lagos.
Wow.
Yes, this is the truth. But our leaders love to present this whole dichotomy of education and consciousness by saying, oh, somebody who is in the north is stupid, the one in the south is smart. With due respect, it's not true. So that's how we became a popular movement, because we had supporters in the north, we had supporters in the south, we have supporters in the middle of Nigeria, we have supporters outside of Nigeria. But we have another advantage that most people don't know.
Tell us.
Is that a lot of Nigerians who left the country are calling their parents and doing political education. So they stay on the phone, which is much more effective than even me going to someone's like, Daddy, there's a guy called Sowore, and this guy has plans for Nigeria. How do you know him? They were explaining because they have a chance to do a 10-minute telephone call. After which they said that if you don't vote for Sowore, I'm not sending you money. And that sends out. I'm not encouraging anybody to do it, but this is the experience we've had. So if you want Nigeria to be better, these are the programs. And they break it down to their parents. That's word of mouth. But in a different way because, it's kind of a horizontal relationship between people who are exposed and people who have less exposure, but not superior. So we are benefiting from that. But what I'm telling you here is that whole Musa, Abdullahi and Emeka and Bola statistics don't work in this scenario. A lot of people are actually very conscious. So there are 200 million people in Nigeria. 150 million of them have smartphones. Can you believe that? Yes. Meaning that they know what is going on even when nobody is telling them. And that's what we are benefiting from. As I'm speaking to you, I've never put an advertisement in a TV station, not in a newspaper. I don't have a billboard between Abuja Airport or Lagos Airport anywhere, because I can't afford it. But how did we become the number 3 most popular political party in Nigeria? It's because we are disrupting everything that is disruptible. Ask me your next question.
So our electoral law says that to become the president of Nigeria, you must win at least 2/3 of
25 states.
So 27 states actually.
Yeah.
So because Chinedu, Bola, Musa across Nigeria have heard of AAC, are you sure of winning 2/3 of states?
Honest. I may not be sure of winning 2/3 of states, but our position has been so powerful that there is nobody among the 3 candidates that can win 2/3 of the states.
Well, I dissected it and said that in the last elections, because it was the southerner against the northerner, and they will always tell us by their census that the north is more populated than the south.
That's right.
So you can always work it.
Yeah.
But now, with 2 northerners, the northern votes are already divided.
That's right.
So if a third force, which was what I was really hoping for,
and it has happened, you may not have heard, you may not have gotten the memo.
The southeast,
How many people are watching?
southwest,
944.
Wow, that's a lot.
southwest, then that person has a better chance because the northern votes are already divided. Yeah. That's my opinion, because the 2 major political parties are their candidates are from north. So
let me break it down to you this way. This election would not be determined by geopolitical voting blocks. The reason that this is the first election in which geopolitics is not a determinant factor. There's a different statistics. So you have young people, and it doesn't matter where they come from. They believe in a candidate. 22 million of them, not to the south. So you have other demographics that are going to be determinant. It's not determined by geopolitical locations. So I'll do it this way. The Northwest, Kano, we go to Buhari, right?
Are you so sure of that?
Nah,
Excuse me, sir.
The governor, the governor may not win, but Buhari might win.
Might?
Yes, might. But Buhari is not winning Lagos. Listen, Buhari is not winning. He's not winning Edo State.
I don't even think he has.
Buhari is not winning Ogun State. Buhari is not winning Ekiti State. Buhari is not winning Delta State.
What of Ogun State?
He's not. I just mentioned he won't win Ogun State. They have already lost in Ogun State. Buhari is not winning Oyo State. And young people in all these areas are going to vote for us.
Okay.
So I give Atiku 5 states in the southeast, except Anambra State. That's 4 states. No, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Listen. So Buhari is not winning Benue State.
No.
He's not winning Plateau State.
No.
So he's not winning Taraba. Buhari might split Atiku with Adamawa. Atiku is not very popular in Adamawa State.
Wow.
Yes, it's not. Even though he's from there, they don't trust him. You know, they felt he stole their future or their lunch, whatever it is. So you have 25 states or 27 states that nobody's going to win. But here is where Sowore comes in. 22 million young people across Nigeria is like a tornado spreading the country that's voting for us. Some of it comes from Jigawa State, where our VP is from. We're going to do very well in Lagos. We are doing well in Ondo State. We are doing well in Edo State.
Oh, yes.
We are doing well in Osho State. We are doing well in Oyo State. We are doing well in Kwara.
Take it back. Action.
Are you guys listening to me?
Yes.
We are doing well in Benue State. Among young people,
Yes.
we are doing well in Abuja, right? So already in our corner, because of the young population, we are already doing about 20 states. And Buhari and Atiku cannot do 25 states. We are going into a runoff.
Okay. So should we just take
At the minimum.
Yes.
That is, you know, and we're having a
being
honest
honest.
conversation
Yes.
there. You know, so we are doing well in 20 states where they cannot do absolutely well. So we may not be able to get the first 25 states, but if you are watching, we can make it happen so that we don't have to go into a runoff.
Well, a lot of us are thinking that the elections may end in a runoff based on all of this calculation. But I believe very strongly there's a new force, and I hope that a lot of them got their PVCs of millennials, people who are just turning 18 in 2018, 2019, who have never voted before.
They are
and
called children of democracy.
Yes.
You were born in 1999 and it's 20 years old.
You know, so let us take it for granted that you have them, right? They're not following their grandfathers. They're not interested in their grandfathers because their own parents have said to them, these leaders have failed us. What's your inspiration to them and for them in terms of what is Sowore going to do differently for Nigeria that those young voters' grandparents didn't do?
So, for young people, 2 areas are the most important in our view.
Okay.
It's providing education and jobs. You know, the moment you get through school and you get a job, your life is set into adulthood in this most seamless way. And that's what we plan. So, what's our plan for young people who want to go to school? Free education up to, SS3. Then university is incentivization. That's we give you funding and we abolish school fees, which is pretty much like free education. Something I want to mention tonight is what I call work study programs, in which you are going to university, you can work as well.
A lot of us did that.
Yeah. Did you do that?
Yes, I was a presenter on AIT when I was doing my undergraduate.
You had too much luck now. You're too talented. That's why you yeah. So,
well, I don't know.
But not many people did that. But there has to be a deliberate policy in which young people can go out or within campus, work, and get paid for study. I had not become a legitimate person in the US when I got Pell Grants, which is a federal grant for. I paid my rent through school with grants and loans. And that's what we want to do for universities. And at the minimum, every semester a student should have access to at least 100,000 naira from the federal government. Whether you are the state, private, or federal university.
I've asked you this question before.
Yeah.
Where's all the money for all of this laudable program? I'm sure you keep
money.
on saying that there's money.
No,
where is it?
Now I'm going to break it down to you.
Okay.
There's money everywhere. Under the rocks, under pillow, under cooking pots, everywhere. But here it is. You know, what is Nigeria's tax revenue per year? It's about $35 billion. They come from mostly oil and they come from other taxes. But we don't collect them. Nigeria's tax revenue is the lowest in the world, 6%.
Because there's free oil money.
Yes, but if you increase it to 15%, which is the regional West African rates, it means that you can double your tax revenue.
So you're going to tax people?
No tax, no. I'm talking about collection. It's not tax. You see, a lot of our big people, big rich men, they don't pay taxes. You go to Murtala Mohammed Airport tonight, there are private jets parked there, and nobody's paying taxes for them. When President Buhari went for treatment in London, his jet that was parked at Stansted Airport was paying £5,000 per night. It didn't matter. The moment they discovered that he was for treatment, you cannot get more than 3 days of diplomatic parking, that one which is subsidized. After that, you pay the rest. It's the same thing we should be doing here. It's the same thing which we should do to Guinness and all the airlines that are making money off of here, that, you just go to the office of the tax guy, it's like, I'm only 5 billion. Let me do, there's something, they call it a name, I think it's tax advocacy.
Rebates?
It's not rebates. It's where you go and have a conversation with tax guy and then you come out with a terrible...
MTN.
Yes, MTN. But if Nigeria is doing what is right, you will get the money to do what you need to invest in social services, investment in roads, infrastructure, education. It's not that hard.
So all of this money is right. They say that corruption is why we're not able to do that. Because what you're talking about is when a government official comes to you and says, Mr. Sowore, you're owing us 10 million naira in taxes,
yes.
right? And for...
If you do tax advocacy with me, I can reduce it to 800,000.
Yes. Yeah. And then I will pay into the government coffers this amount and I will give you a receipt to cover more than your pay, So we're losing money because our civil servants are corrupt. Yeah. So the reason a lot of people voted for President Buhari in 2015 was, if you tackle corruption, which was what they said to us, Nigeria by itself will just start to bloom and flourish and all of that. So how are you going to change things if you want to start to collect our taxes and their officials who are just, migrants?
Yeah, I understand. So with Buhari, and I want to start with him, was that he promised all these things. But Buhari was not in charge. We ended up finding out very quickly, which you alluded to earlier, that we voted for a cabal. So you thought you voted for Buhari, but you didn't vote for him. You voted for a very corrupt cabal. You remember that Sahara reporters did the whole central bank hiring through the back door. We did the grass cutter thing, the chief of army staff that bought houses in Dubai, and all of them are still in power pretty much today.
Very true.
So, but when you have a president that don't have those kind of, and that's why we talk about godfathers a lot. We also have to look at how President Buhari became president. Who paid for it? Who paid for his form of 27? He said he
couldn't afford
took a
27
loan,
million.
but at the end of the day, how did he pay back the loan? But we discovered it was Silva who paid for it. The moment you get rid of godfathers, then you have real godsons in charge of your governance, and they can do what needs to be done to make sure that where we should be getting 5 billion naira, we are not getting 800,000 naira and 200 million naira paid to an official.
Do I seem to keep on interrupting you? I do that a lot. Because my next question immediately was going to be...
I guess that's what you do on the show. That's why you are popular.
Is your cabinet ready?
Yes.
And
there are a lot of young people.
Young people, just because you want young people, or are they competent and capable to take Nigeria?
Competent young people. So how do you know that...
somebody's competent?
We're competent. It's, one of the best ways to look at it is how we've been running our campaign. How we came from an unknown political dark horse.
I have a problem with your campaign. We'll come back to that.
That's fine. I've been fighting for freedom of speech, and I guarantee you freedom after speech. I guess this is one of the most interesting evening, right? Are you guys following?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. So
I interrupted the question. You were going to answer about what was the
cabinet.
question? Yes, your cabinet.
Yeah. You were saying
that they're young people, and I said, how do
they are
we know
competent?
that they're
And
competent?
I'm telling you that, you know, the fact that we ran a low budget campaign and had the most impact shows that there must be some young people who are working overtime and who know what to do. For us to compete with money bags, you know, an average rally for PDP and APC is like 100 million. That's the entire amount we've raised in the last 1 year. But we're there like giving them a hard time, like really, really hard time, and they acknowledge it. You saw what they did with arresting people, pasting posters for us in Lagos, and how they skimmed me out of the presidential debate because, if this guy gets some.
They said that they did an online poll, and it was just the top 5 people.
Yeah.
Top 5 people.
The real online poll that was legit was that of the candidates, and because it was funded by MacArthur Foundation, and those ones demanded for evidence of the top 4 candidates across the country who met the criteria that they needed. That was the candidate, and that was why the candidate became the more popular platform than even the debate itself.
Well, because it was only the candidate that the president came on.
Exactly.
Since he didn't
He
come
came.
on
He came.
the debates.
Yes, because also don't forget that we made. Yes, we're looking at your time. I'm looking at mine. So we made town hall meetings popular because we started with town hall meetings and it became the most acceptable means of engagement with voters. So they had no option than to come to a town hall meeting because we had made it.
Are you talking about 2018, 2019?
Yes.
Because I attended a town hall meeting in 2015 for the APC. They had town hall meetings.
That was arranged town hall meeting where you've arranged all the people asking questions. I know that it's the social media influencers town hall meeting. We know how that one was planned.
Who is your Minister of Finance?
If I tell you, they're going to kill him before. So. You cannot reveal the name of your, bagman.
Is that your baddest man?
No, I said bagman. It's the person who's
bagman.
All the money is like they'll just go and kill the person. Who else do you want to know?
The chief of staff. Yes.
Staff. Is anybody in the house who's not? Yes, really. So let's just put it this way: that we won't reveal the next, but there are people ready to, and
competent and capable.
Yeah, very competent. Do you know about a guy named Malcolm Fabi? Malcolm X. He was president after me, right? At the University of Lagos.
I came into the University of Lagos many years after you had left.
Yes. And then you came and revealed my secret to me. I was an Agbaya that came and went on a date with you.
Look, I was very honored to have been invited on that date, but I wasn't ready for a bloody revolution. I just wanted the chicken.
You guys who are young and going on dates, don't ever talk about revolution. Talk about Romeo and Juliet. But that's still a revolution because people died.
I was saying that I had a problem with your campaign because I saw you at the Celebrations Symposium. And a lot of times, once you spoke, your people would just shout, "Take it back." And I'm like, But I think
I was clear there. I think I was clear. What happens with that campaign is this, and I will tell you, it's a passionate campaign of very passionate people. So if I'm going out, I don't have police. It's the campaign people that follow me everywhere. That's exactly what she said. She told me. So, but there's nothing wrong with it. You knew about Obama's campaign, and it was what was Obama's? No, it wasn't. It was yes, we can. Even if Obama is talking, there will be someone who says, "Yes, we can." And you saw that of Bernie Sanders. You know, you have campaigns.
Back.
Yes, Bernie Sanders raised $6 million in less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
We're still struggling with $200,000 on our campaign. But it's important for people to understand that certain campaigns are more passionate than the others. And people wouldn't be following us. I mean, people would not be following us if they thought this is just another campaign that's boring, you know. And we don't plan those things. It's just a passion that's following our campaign. And you know that this campaign is just not limited to the geopolitical space, Nigeria. It's Ghana and South Africa.
It's more. It's even more in the space.
Yes,
online,
and it's very organic. It's real people.
Yeah.
You know.
May I ask my last question?
Don't make it last, you know. But go ahead.
You know the way Nigerian politics is. For instance, I'm from Osun State, and a few of us.
I never knew that.
Yes, I am.
How do you come? How do you end up with?
In fact, I tried to work with my last governor on youth empowerment and development, but I'm not a politician. I've never been interested in politics.
Everybody says that until.
Well, they say that we're all political beings, you know, but I'd rather hold you accountable. Than,
that's what I do for a living.
Yeah, than become a politician and become political and start to tell lies. I couldn't tell lies to save my life. So if what happens in Nigeria, right, during elections happen, and you feel that you've won the calculations that we've discussed tonight, but INEC declares one of the two major ones as president, what's the way forward? What's the next thing?
So now, that's why we have to go on another date to talk about the revolution. Yes. I'm not joking.
Action! No going back!
I am not joking. I hope nobody's taking Nigerians for granted. Yes. Because if they do something stupid, it will be beyond my control. You know, a lot of people have been motivated, mobilized, conscientized, and educated. And they're not going to accept anything less than what they deserve, what their dignity as persons deserve. If somebody plays with that, there are so many easy ways to find out that manipulations are happening. We have deployed even tools out there, including an app to, you know, let people know how to report elections. Nothing less than an accurate, fair election will be acceptable. It's not a threat.
I'm going to come back to that question because I do not believe in violence after election.
I don't.
Lots of people have won their mandates in the courts, so I'd rather we talk about doing it the legal way. But I was going to also quickly ask about representation in all the 774 local governments that we have across Nigeria, and over 170,000, no more, 1,700.
It's actually 120,000 polling units.
Polling units.
Yes.
Yes. So do you have representation in all of those?
We have two categories of representatives. One is people who have volunteered. A lot of them did online, and they've indicated where they will be. There are polling units, agents, and canvassers, and some of them we have to pay. And if you're watching us tonight, you have to donate so that you can sustain the support for them. We have people all over the country, and we have technology all over the country. In fact, in some places we deploy drones to help us monitor elections. By the way, the federal government of Nigeria through the customs says about 5 of our drones that we imported to monitor elections. They claim it's illegal to bring in drones. 5, right? Yeah. So the custom is seizing drones for civilian use to monitor elections deliberately. That will be the 6th drone. I brought one that is seized as well. It's all aimed at preventing. We want to use technology to push, you know, like somebody said, I think it was Femi who said, you know, to monitor election or to conduct election, Buhari says shoot on sites. Sowore says download an app. To see the generational difference. So if you download an app known as AAC Take It Back app, it helps you to monitor the election. You don't have to shoot anybody. We have evidence. When you kill somebody, you destroy it.
That's even illegal because if there's a penalty under the electoral act for ballot box snatching. Plus, if the president read the electoral act reforms, there would be no need for ballot box snatching. I don't think he read
the president doesn't read. Wow.
Okay, so if it does happen and you have to, what's the word he said, will not be accepted was the phrase that you used. What do you intend to do?
So what I said is I will respond the same way I responded to Kadaria and the candidates the other day, that if the elections are free and fair, there's no way we can lose. And there's no way anybody can vote for the current situation, both with with APC and PDP. There's no one in his right senses that will vote for these guys. So a free and fair election means that people are able to freely exercise their free will to choose the best candidate, and nobody will consider the APC and the PDP to be their best option in this election. Trust me, we've been around this country, we talk to people, and we're here telling you.
Sure, honestly, for some people, it's not because they think that these two parties are their best options. It's just, I don't want to waste my votes.
Yes. So Mr. 2K said yesterday that you can actually waste your votes wisely.
Like I voted for Kowai in 2015.
That's wasting your vote wisely.
Your conscience.
Yes. No, actually, don't vote for your conscience because I think doesn't count.
Doesn't count conscience votes.
They count
your thumbprint.
So, but what you did with Kowa is voting wisely. I mean, wasting your vote wisely. And that's the wisest thing to do. And that's the reason why today, honestly, you are proud to say that you voted for Kowa.
Very true, sir.
If you voted for PDP,
I will not be
you'll
able
probably
to say
be able to say it. If you voted for APC, you won't be able to say it now. But the reason why you can proudly say with dignity that you voted for a different party that most people don't even know is because you did the right thing at that time.
You see how disappointed, I am today that I'm not able to say that I am going to vote for PACT.
Well, you have a chance to vote for PACT because what we did after PACT is to create a coalition of the oppressed. And that's what it is.
AAC! Take it back! Action! Action! No going back!
I no longer have questions.
Okay, Alawade James, thank you so much for coming. I tell you, you haven't changed a bit, Yeah, and I hope. When are you going back? Now I can ask my question. Yes. When are you going back on TV?
I'm in talks.
With who?
With
reporters.
No, it's gonna be Take It Back TV.
I'm in talks actually. I wanted to take a year off. Because I've been on and off TV for 22 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. She was doing AIT when she was like very little.
And I started with NTA Channel 5 straight from secondary school. I did clapperboard before I went on AIT. So I was on AIT for 4 years through my undergraduate. Went to do NYSC and stopped. So I've been on and off TV. So I know that you can actually take some time off to, particularly because again,
recalibrate.
Very true. Analyze. I'd become, my show wasn't political, but we had become very political because I just wanted a different Nigeria that weren't going back to our, military
Our
dictators.
ancestors,
The people we read about when we were in primary school, are still ruling.
1983,
just because I
was
didn't
12
want
years
that.
old and the second year of secondary school when
I was even too young to even know about his
48, Buhari is still president.
Can you imagine?
5 years later.
So because of that, I became very political and I'm outspoken naturally. I speak a lot naturally.
That
Then
was
imagine
how
the
you
passion.
me during our date.
Kai, I was a small girl.
And I was a small man.
Talking about bloody revolution.
I was just asking for a revolution. And if we had done it that time, we wouldn't be talking about it now again.
So I just needed to step back a bit. And, with the elections coming up and my strong political stance for man and limb, for my own security and safety, I just need to,
So I should ask you, at that
way.
time you finish a show and you feel like, how do I get home? Like you should feel so insecure, like security-wise. Why are you like worried about your safety?
I don't know. Yes, a few times. Yes, a few times.
At that times you finish a show and you get a call from your producer like, we can't continue this. So what happened to the lady on the show who talked about her husband and not letting her daughter?
Her husband beat her daughter.
Yeah.
Right.
What happened?
She apologized.
Yeah, she did.
Has she recovered? Is she still on the show?
Yes.
She's had a baby. I believe it was pregnancy hormones.
Yeah.
It can make you say.
What makes me talk like this is it manhood more.
She apologized, and I truly believe that she's remorseful in trying to bring different angles to a discussion. Sometimes you veer off without realizing.
So that makes me ask you, what's your worst day on the show when you feel like, I bombed it? On your show,
I'm sure that I would have had several of them, and it may take me a few minutes to remember anyone in particular.
Just from the worst to the less bad.
The political shows, and we had different themes for different days. The political shows were always heated. I always had one or two ideas about marriage, and we used to discuss relationships and marriage on Thursdays, and several times we got into trouble because of our stance on marriage, and they say, all these women, they used to call us what, feminists. Excuse me, my own feminism is between you and your husband. Is not about men and women, because I believe that the girl child and the boy child should be treated fairly and equally. If I'm educated as much as Sowore is educated, we should get paid the same amount of money in the workplace. But when I now get married, I can be second place to my husband though, because the marriage institution says the man is the head. That's both of you private in your home, but not in the public sphere. So we did get into trouble with some of those shows. The very worst, I don't think any of our shows was that bad. That of course we do post-production every day because it's live Monday through Friday. So yes, we do get knocked, particularly if you come on a show without preparing. We do get knocked.
But at times you just walk into the show like you put in your shoes.
You saw me the day you came. I was actually
but
very
I know that happens a lot. So
yes.
Is that a sign of not preparation?
No. You get the topics overnight. Yes. So you're able to read up, and then we have a research team who would have done their research. You just do your further research. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to see the producers. It's you who's going to get knocked for saying the wrong thing. So you have to be sure of what you're saying. So if you come on without preparing, then it's you who's going to look bad.
How many people are watching?
998.
990. Wow.
998. To share.
Wow. Let them share so we get 1,000. So, Jumoke, thank you so much. We missed you yesterday, and I'm glad you came today. And I'm glad that I feel relieved now that every secret about me is out there,
No blackmail.
Yes, I'm glad this happened. That those of you who think I'm not human, after all, you now understand that I'm so human. I've been rejected before.
Because of revolution.
Yes. But the revolution is still going to happen, and this time it will be televised. Yes. Yes. And luckily, Jumoke will be part of our next revolution, She will be.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Thank you.
My advice to young men is not to take young women out and talk about
revolution. Yes. Don't take a young woman out, buy them flowers. Tell them all the lies in this world. That's what can sustain a date and a relationship. Don't be talking about those Jerry Rollins killed everybody.
And shedding of blood.
Yeah, I apologize. I just never killed anybody before. I was just angry. There are two categories of people in Nigeria now. It's called the children of democracy, children of anger.
So which are you?
Children of anger. I was born before 1999. The people were born in 1999 are children of democracy because they're 20 years old. The ones before it were all children of anger. Hunger, yes.
It was great to be on the couch with you today.
Thank you. This couch is referred to as our time on the couch. And honestly, it's not going to stop even after the election. So we prepare to come back. And I can't wait to see you go on another show. As soon as you do it, count me in as one of your guests. And it doesn't matter if I'm in Aso Rock, I'll be your guest. Yes. I promise.
Thank you.
You can't. I have something to say to you that, I knew you when you were quite young, and you've always been a brilliant and confident person. I like that about you. And I said it when I came to TVC, because everybody was like, who knows Sowore here? I said, this Jumoke knows me very well now. And it's because I've always believed in, your intellect and brilliance and courage, and you should keep it up, TVC is not even your portion, as they say in the church. And CNN is even smaller than you, You are going to the highest level, but not the next level. Next level is a fraud. It's a scam. So we'll find out where you go. It might be that maybe the best thing to happen is that you design where you'll be and everybody will follow. And I have no doubt about that. Guys, thank you so much. Help me. Jumoke. Yeah. That's the global, pronunciation of her name, but her real name is Jumoke.
I had fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Take it back. Action. No going back.
That's a campfire. Thank you. So, next on the couch is
Marvelous Benji.
Marvelous Benji.
We be friends on, need to find some, the way they move.
Thank you guys so much. We have another person in the house, and I know that a lot of photography is taking place in the background. But Marvelous Benji is in the house. So, for those who may not know you, you're like one of the warlords from Ajegunle, you know, who brought revolutionary reggae music to Nigeria. And a lot of people haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been?
To those of us that are opportunity, I would say it's an opportunity. It's really a privilege to be born and brought up in a grassroots community like Ajegunle. To those of us that are from the, we feel the pressure more from the people and the policy of government. So it's really. It is more important for us to look into how best we can work and how best we can sensitize the youth and the people to understand that we, the grassroots people, will feel it more. And so because we are feeling the pressure of the governance more, it's almost impossible for us to match what is obtainable in industry now. So that is the reason why, you know, a lot of them, my fans, are always very worried. What's happening, Marvelous, you know? Apart from those that have the opportunity to meet us on events and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's true. So, and you've heard about this issue going on in the country. 2019 elections are coming, and I heard that you have been very politically active, watching everything that's happening. And you know, some of your guys and fans reached out to us and you have to bring Marvelous Benji on the couch. So, what should we do in 2019 in a nutshell, because your fans are watching? What do you want them to do?
First and foremost, I want to channel my contribution towards the youth. You know, I'm not leaving the elderly outside. But I'm channeling to the youth, especially the youth opportunity to be born in a grassroots community. Like I said, the reason why you've not been seeing Marvelous Benji is just because of the adverse effect of the policy of the ruling government now, and it's very difficult for us to match. So my contribution is to play my role and to also sensitize the youth, especially those that were born in Ajegunle. Not just Ajegunle, grassroots communities, nationwide.
All around the country.
Because by the time you look at when two elephants they fight, now we suffer. You understand? Now we struggle to meet up with everything day-to-day activity. So, one thing I will tell you is that I have a responsibility to contribute, and the only way I will do is to sensitize you people that it's not all about the rice and the gari and the oil that they will give, because they will come. Always remember that they will come and they want to. For us to be hungry now is I think to me it's a calculated strategy for them to keep the people this way, so that when they come with their little whatever, and so it is easier for people to vote. And I know that we that are in the grassroots community, it's far more easier for we to really just take the 5,000 or whatever amount and go and vote. But it's really time that Nigeria as a country should start working. It's not a news that Nigeria is not working, and it's sad. It's sad. News, and it's taking too long, you know, that the country is not working. And when I say it's not working, I mean if you look at some other countries, how long did it take Dubai to really get to the level at which they are now? So we don't really need to jump from PDP. The reason why we really voted APC or whatever party is ruling now. Am I permitted to?
No.
The reason why Nigerians
no spin zone, man.
Yeah, I think the reason why Nigerians voted APC is because we really need a change. Because we need a change. But the change now we're having now, yes, we're having a change from previous party. But the change we're having now is not the change that Nigerians are having clamoring for. That people are suffering, people are dying now, people are hungry now.
It's called chicken change.
It's like is worse than the previous government.
They call it fire pan to fire.
Fire pan to fire. So I mean, why is it so difficult for Nigerians to understand that you can't? I mean, it saddens my heart to see a lot of people.
There's one thing we do on this show, Marvelous Benji. We raise funds and we have to account to our people how much we've raised. So give me a chance to quickly go through our fundraising in the last 24 hours. We have a challenge for 10,000 Nigerians to donate 10,000 naira each since 17th of December. 293 donors so far. Second challenge of 400 Nigerians to donate 1 million naira each. 4 donors so far. Yinka Akesele gave 20,000 naira as a birthday gift to me. I'm going to buy a new piece of clothes. Sew myself a dress. From that, total amount donated since last fundraising event on February 20th. Zenith Bank, we raised 432,486 naira 2 kobo. GoFundMe has been doing very well. They raised $2,545. Can someone shut this down because people are distracted? That's the equivalent of 901,110 naira. So in the last 24 hours, we've raised 1,343,596 naira 6 kobo.
Take it back. Action.
So our Zenith Bank account, local account, has now reached 70,210,014 naira. GoFundMe has now reached 58,556,996 naira. Fundraising since we started fundraising is now reached 428,767,088 kobo. We have some donors that we have to mention their names. World Remit for 20,278 naira 14 kobo. Funded Logistics 5,104 naira. Odiawe Andrew Ali 1,500. Also Johnson Oluwakemi Abiodun 10,000 naira. Please, Misty, don't make any attempt to donate tonight. This is your 222 naira donations. I don't know how you do the kobo one. You must be giving your bankers a lot of hard time reconciling your accounts. It's just like somebody with, like 500 naira who's trying to withdraw 200 naira from ATM. The ATM machine will just be doing woo. I'm not designed to give you 200 naira. Anyways, thank you. Adeloye Mrs. 25,000 naira. Fiona E. Lucy, 5,000 naira. Jumoke Ganiyu Akoni, 50,000 naira. Matthew Chris, 17,817 naira. Anonymous, 10,000 naira. Demodia Magnus Osam Wonyi, 5,000 naira. Sembore Olufumilayo Olukemi, 22,250 naira. Sakari Yao Mohammed Modula Wa, 1,000 naira. GoFundMe Olukayode Ogunaike, $1,000. You got to keep screaming for this person that we're calling next. Keep screaming. Keep screaming. Alex Sowore, $30. We talk about you, $100. You are $50. Oyekule Adeoba, $35. Wale Oyefeso B, $50. Jumoke, $20. James Alabi, $30. Darlington Wine, $100. Oladende Idowu, $45. Ebukun Olugunwa, $20. Wisdom Eriakore, $55. Olufemi Oladende, $500. Mary Odaro, $20. Juliana Oyewole, $20. Menga Kiwane, $50. Idris Nemboye, $25. Davis Noyaso, regular donor, $100. Vera Kote, $100. And we have some Zelle donation. This is Zelle is a US-based money transfer system that is very instantaneous. Oluwadamilare Sani, $20. Obashekola Moses, $50. Olukoni Ola, $100. Kanti Prince Duke, $100. So from now we have $270. Please, if you want to send Zelle, our Zelle bank, email is donate@showore2019.org. So that's where we are with regards to accounting. I want to check if we have fresh donations from Zenith Bank and GoFundMe. Today, by the way, we started Fundraiser. It's a new platform. We want to raise $50,000 in 30 days. And now it's called Fundraiser. So you can, if you can't do GoFundMe, you can go to Fundraiser. We set up a Fundraiser account today. It's called Fundraiser. It's FUNDRAZR. Fundraiser is different, yeah. Zenith Bank, I have 5 new donors here. Holloway Lubukola Bimishola, 10,000 naira. Omoyele Sowore, 5,000 naira. Jumoke, 10,000 naira. Antonio Mori, 20,000 naira. Otuayo Felix Ajayi, 750 naira. Keep clapping, don't try to donate. The moment we don't see your hand, and we know that another 200 naira is coming. The way you donate is what makes it difficult for me. It's like 222 naira, 25 kobo. What's that? Well, how about you give us some music instead? So that's where you were. We're still here with marvelous Benji. So there's a part where you keep talking about pressure of life. You've been like a very well talented musician, but your fans are like, where has Benji been? Where has Benji been? And maybe they start to say, what exactly broke? What's that point where you feel like it's a breaking point that you wish Nigeria was better, and then you could have kept going because you are obviously a talented guy, but you're struggling right now.
Well, sometimes when you are a revolutionist, and when you try to challenge the system lyrically as part of your job, you probably might get blacklisted.
The system comes after you.
Yeah, you begin.
Do you feel like that was what happened to you, that you were blacklisted by powerful people because
God,
are just too powerful?
Your Excellency, whatever that might have happened is not new, because we have a lot of artists out there that are also struggling, and some of them are not, from those artists that are my time.
Yeah.
So it's a privilege to be a living legend,
You are?
Yes.
Because when we told you we were bringing you tonight, everyone was like, wow, where did you get him? I haven't heard from you in a while.
To keep the fire, Sometimes when you do your music and it ends up you need a lot of financial resources to be able to meet up the standard and the demand of the industry. The standard is very high, and it doesn't really stop us from giving the people what.
Because what is the most important is, how do we keep you as a revolutionary musician?
That is why Nigerians.
Non-compromise.
That is why I'm here to urge my fans to. Well, I don't know if you can give them a rise. Collect them. To me, I don't know about to me, collect them.
We try to
avoid
asking people to collect rice, because these days
because
rice comes with hook. If you chop the rice, if you don't vote, that's so your neck is
okay, me no collect them.
These guys don't play anymore. They carry rice, go to Shua place, Babalawo place before they give us that. So
there is need for.
Can I announce a donor Shola Adewale for $100? Alexander Edu for $40 as well. accounts, but let me quickly do outstanding bank account. We're trying to be transparent here because that's what Nigeria's big problem is, transparency. Fundry Logistics for 10,000 naira, 560. Luwale Dowu for 1,000 naira.
Thank you.
So if there's anything you could tell, this is the points that we want to hear you about this candidate. What would you tell your supporters, listeners, viewers? How do you want to endorse?
To the best of my knowledge, I think Nigerians are far more aware this time around than it used to be, about the need for us to have a change in terms of governance. It is very, very important. I'm not talking about the APC changing.
Yes.
I'm talking about taking it by force and
take it back. Take it back.
I strongly believe that you're vibrant, you're electrifying, and I see the future of Nigeria with the president of your caliber. I see the future of Nigeria, greater Nigeria, better Nigeria. I mean, it's not that. It is not impossible for you to have a country that's running. I keep saying that it's not working. Nigeria is not working. From my industry, for example, the entertainment, if you listen to the music Nigerians are playing now, we're all like going to the same beat, almost the same. What I mean is that there's
same beat, different lyrics.
No, I don't have anything wrong with that. The only thing I have wrong with is that there's no opportunity for other kinds of music, just like jazz, or Afro, or you just have to find a way to play your music as everybody's playing, because it's a trend.
And that kills
creativity. When you look into other entertainment industry, like in the US or Europe, there's always room for rock and every other kind of music. But in Nigeria, I know the system. That's why I say the system is not working. The system has to start working. That's why we need someone like you, and that's why I believe strongly that from the first day I heard you talked about becoming the president of this country, and since then I've always had a reason to follow you and to go to listen to what your policies and what you intend, how you intend to change the situation in the country. I want to believe that. I'm very confident that the APC government have failed us, and the PDP government over the 3 years have failed us, and there is need for us to give you a chance.
Take it back. Action.
And I have a strong feeling that I'm not going astray with my decision.
So one of the things people ask you is freestyle for us.
That was a problem now.
Yes, now. So hit it.
So it's a brand new dance, 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 brand new. As we sing, Galala no they do them again, Konto no they sweet them again, APC, PDP no they do them again. Move your body, make them know you know the joke. Come, your back like say you won't broke. Some man just they dance like say they get stroke. The way they move their body, you go know they done. Step aside if you know you can cook. It's very easy, but you have to use cook. Oh yeah, make you smile like a man with drink cook. For you to know the dance, me say is the only hope. Oh yeah, the other day in a dance party, Najimule with my friend called Johnny. Side some girls and the way they move their body like say. This what you know is very easy. To the ground, we say wine to the top. Move your body like say you know. This one will be Makosa, so we know the choke us. Galalado, you know the chorus now. Sing. Galalado, they do them again. Go they sweet them again. You APC and Philippine, you do us again. So
Action. Action.
Going back.
As
is Daniela from
We're not going back.
Regular boy. Saying hello to you.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and
we're not going back.
Who is based in Eniola in the US, who's my main anchor for Ajegunle.
So, Your Excellency, from the bottom of my heart, I want to wish you well. I want to wish you all the best through this election. And I want to believe with you as much as you believe. You know, a lot of Nigerians believe in you and your policies.
Wow.
You know, so you've spoken well through this election period. And we want to strongly believe that God in His infinite mercy is going to guide you through. This is the time for us to make a change in this country. I don't want to be too old before, and I'm already old now. I want to have the opportunity to contribute.
How old are you?
Yeah.
Tell us now.
Give us an idea.
I'm going to tell you my own.
Yeah, I was born in 79, yeah.
Wow, I'm older than you. I'm 48 years old. I was born in 1971. Yeah. So that's good. You are in good company. Yes.
Amen. I believe you.
Who here was born in 1999? Abe, where are you? You want not to start it. The one that went to the war in Congo. Not to start it. Yes, so nobody was born in 1999 here. 98? What about 95?
Announcement, sir.
94? And you are here?
95.
Child abuse.
Announcement. Oziegbe says, I just named my best friend's son after your name, Sowore.
Wow! Who else? Any other questions for Marvelous Benji?
And people are glad he's back, and
they're so excited to see you. When we
they wanted you to freestyle at 9.
Yeah, he did. He already did. Do you guys want me to freestyle too? No. It's like,
We've talked about this.
Yeah, it's like, no, yeah. That's fine. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah.
If I may ask you.
Yes.
You still have time to visit Ajegunle again, because I can remember you
we would love to. Well, we actually have less than 48 hours to the election at this point. We're leaving on Friday. We went to Ajegunle before.
Twice.
Yes. What's that guy's name that took us there? Jeff Joshua.
He's a very good friend of mine.
Yeah. If we can, we will let you know and we'll come back. We love Ajegunle. Ajegunle is, philosophically the root of regeneration in this country. And we know they love us and we love you guys.
Up AJCT!
Yes, AJCT. That place will become a city of renaissance under our government. We're not going to drive anybody out. We'll provide them water, lights, and education. And more great people will come out of the place like you've done.
We can be able to continue our effort.
How's Daddy Shoki doing?
Shoki is doing well.
That's my brother.
Yeah.
I know him for a long time. But Daddy Shoki is behaving like the Nigerian economy. It's like this, that. He's not taking a direct stand. Yeah.
Well, that should be an individual.
No, of course, he's entitled
but
to.
I think he is also
struggling.
Yeah, he's not struggling. He's also feeling the
heat.
The heat.
Yeah. All right, guys. Man, thank you so much.
AAC, take it back. AAC, take it back. Take it back. Action. No going back.
We ain't going back, man.
So, guys, ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing being with Marvelous Benji tonight. That's his music.
I mean, Blackface do this song. Blackface.
Alright, play.
Blackface, this song, Blackface did it for APC. He did for Abuja campaign.
Blackface.
I can't tell us here, my party close. What did they do with this music? You believe them, like, say,
who's in charge of this song?
It's my song.
Okay. Who's playing it?
And the video they play for you. Check out.
What's your favorite song? The two songs.
My favorite song is that. APC, what they do once again. Don't play them now. And,
alright, guys. So, thank you so much. Guys, alright guys, Pastor Ademuago, please come on the couch with us, yes. You know, please. You have been you are a diaspora, but what is most important to me is not that you're in diaspora, is that we fought together during the June 12 struggle, fought together as young students in this country, and you were the president of the students of oceanography. Is the school still there, or have they sold it to?
Oh, it's still there. But the Babish beside Atlantic.
This is a school that was beside Babish in Lagos. Met Yomi a long time ago. He's been a major supporter in this movement. I want to appreciate you. And you were actually supposed to be holding back in the US because you have some issues, but you decided to come back home to vote. And they have postponed the election now, I mean the vote by 1 week. Are you going to stay with us?
Yes.
Action!
Thank you so much. Everybody's watching from all over the world. And you are never short of great words, inspirational words. Tell them, what should people do now that we are where we are? Today is Wednesday.
Yes.
So tomorrow will be Thursday. By Friday, campaigning will end again. And we need to win this election.
Yes.
Whether they like it or not.
Whether they like it or yes.
Yes. Exactly. So please, take it away.
Well, it's a privilege and a pleasure to be here one more time. And it's been a wonderful journey. I thank God for the life of Sowore and for the life of everyone who have been supporting this movement. It's not over until it's over. And we have about 48 more hours to do whatever we need to do. I'm going to call on everyone to continue to call your friends, to continue to call your relatives, even your enemies, because we are in the same Nigeria together.
Yes.
If two foes find themselves in a boat that is sinking, even for a moment, they will become friends and work together to save themselves. So we are in this together. Call your friends, your relatives, your enemies. Everybody, don't take anything for granted. Call them and ask them to vote for Sowore. Nobody in their right mind can vote for either Buhari or Atiku. Nobody. It doesn't make sense. And I've always told people, never think that you don't have an option. We have an option. Let's send let's send Buhari out of Aso Rock.
Butiku.
And keep Atiku away from Aso Rock.
Yeah.
We cannot trust Atiku with the Central Bank of Nigeria. And we cannot trust Buhari with our future.
Yes.
So the little you can do, little drops of water makes an ocean. I remember the story of a man whose father sent him to go and learn karate and kung fu. So every morning when he gets there, the coach, the kung fu master, will ask him to be lapping water, to be beating water. So he was doing it for a couple of weeks. One day he got angry and said, "I'm not going anymore. All I do every day is just to use my hand to lap water." And as the father was just encouraging him to continue to stay on, angrily, he got offended. I just took his hand and snatched on the table, and the table broke into two. He said, "Wow, so what I've been doing, I've actually been mustering strength." The moral of this story is that never think that your effort does not count. Continue to call people up to the last moment. Call your friends, people in diaspora, people in Nigeria. Call everybody. Some people have voters card. They no longer believe in the system. But if you choose not to vote because you don't believe in the system, you are one of the enemies of democracy.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton said, I can never forgive those who did not vote. That's what she said. She said, I can never forgive
the ones who made her lose the election.
those who did not vote. Because many people assumed that she was going to win and they did not vote. And she lost greatly. She was trumped by Trump.
Actually, she won. She won a popular vote.
Popular vote, yes.
Well, if more people voted, she would have also won.
Yes, if more people voted, yes.
The categories of people who are doing that now are the ones who know that the two candidates are terrible for their future, but are saying they think if they vote for us, they are wasting their vote.
Exactly.
But we figured out a way to encourage them. Waste your vote wisely.
That's a good one.
Yes.
Waste your vote wisely.
It came from Mr. 2K, a Nigerian hip-hop star yesterday who visited with us on the couch. Caller, by the way, have you put Mr. 2K on...
It's going tonight.
It's going tonight. Amazing young guy. We're doing well. And we have you guys to thank for helping us to start a movement a year ago and a political party about 6 months ago that has become Nigeria's third most powerful, fastest growing political party today. Thank you. I'm very grateful. There's nothing we could have done differently to have achieved the kind of result with little resource we have in such a short time. You know, as I say in Nigeria, we are small body, big engine.
That's
big engine. Is there a song like that?
Yes. Kaba.
Yes. We are small body, big engine. Yes, we are small body, big engine. And they are feeling the heat, you know. They're feeling it. And I have no doubt that as they are tearing themselves apart between APC and PDP, we stand the best chance to take Nigeria not to the next level, because the next level is a fraud, but the highest level.
Amen.
Yesterday, someone told me, and today as well, that I've been, calculating all my quotes, and they've reached 82. I didn't even know that I said that many stupid things. But one of it I said repeatedly are happening already. That if you think Ghana must go back, it's a big deal. Nigeria must go back, it's coming. It's already started. Ghana is deporting Nigeria. It's small back. Another thing I said in one of my interviews was that I didn't see that APC was preparing for elections. I don't know where we said it. Those of you who travel with us, I think this was probably in Port Harcourt. And truly, they're not preparing for election. That's why, in fact, all the big political parties, they're not preparing for election because they know they have looked at the numbers and they cannot see a clear path to victory. We are the only ones who have a clear path to victory because we have 22 million youths who are taking a decision to vote for us. And nobody in the history of Nigeria has ever won the presidential election with more than 15 million votes. But we have 5 million more to go available to us. If you add that to those lovely housewives who love minimum wage, if you add that to artisans and people who are in the informal economy, we are looking at 30 million votes out of 84 million registered voters. We are assuming that over 70 million people will come to vote this time around because a lot of people want to come and punish the government with their votes. But we still need a lot of work to do. We need your help, we need your support. Whatever you can donate, please let us know. I want to quickly go and read our latest donors. And you can speak up,
One thing I want to say is that let us not be discouraged by the election that was postponed. Many people traveled to vote, and some have decided not to travel again. There is no greater sacrifice that you can make for this nation than to, just this one more time, make the attempt to vote again. And when you vote, vote for AAC.
AAC.
Take it back. Take it back.
Action.
Action.
No, going back. I have a contribution of 25,000 from Akinsele Raymond Akinyinka.
Thank you.
And Brian Nusa Kelly for 5,000.
Thank you.
I want to see what we have, if we have anything from GoFundMe. There's Olisa Buka, regular donor, $5. He doesn't play. Said Akombi donated $15. Elizabeth Okoro Dudu, $20.
Thank you.
Dele Gaba, $25.
Thank you.
Endurance Demudia, $200.
Endurance, I know him.
You know Endurance? There's several people you say you know that would find out that you don't know.
This is Dr. David's show.
Yeah, okay, that's Dr. Damage's show. You guys need to. That's your Dr. Damage's show. You need to be taking your drugs regularly.
Everybody.
Yes. Dr. Damage is also in town.
It will come tomorrow.
Okay. Bring him on the couch. Let us come and build him. What that thing that he says, nobody challenges him.
Yes, now we have to repeat it.
Yeah, let him come and repeat it in Lagos. The nonsense that he says in New York. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. On the account of this, I think we're going to close here. The accounting we've done already. Donations we've received. Please keep donating whether we're online or not. Through GoFundMe, Sowore. It's gofundme.com/Sowore2019. And if you're using a Zenith bank account, it's Zenith in Lagos as 100-602-3871. If you want to reach me via WhatsApp, my telephone number is 0818-823-7529. Or you add +234-818-823-7529. Do you guys have anything else to say?
I want to ask you a question.
What's
Does
that?
anyone here knows President Buhari's phone number?
I do, but it doesn't work. Yeah.
Well, we have your own phone number. It's widely open.
And on Thursday, wow, it's Shema is having a giveaway Thursday for us at this club. So Wake Up Nigeria Youth Association is celebrating presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore for his contribution to democracy. Come and wine and dine with us. Shaku. Free entry, free food, free drinks. February 21, Thursday, 6 p.m. This Folix Lounge, kilometer 13 Lekki Ekpe Expressway. And the good news is that I have Yanya promised to show up tomorrow at that event. So we'll be there at Lekki tomorrow. Wow, look at the way Gabriel is excited.
So we have few musicians that are going to be there tomorrow.
A lot of musicians are going to come. So come have a good time with us. You know, there's no dull moment around us. We are the digital generation. We are the digital future. And we are into entertainment, movies, agriculture, security, education, health, what else? Tourism, economy, technology. And we can use dance to restructure Nigeria tomorrow. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Let me again thank those of you who traveled from different parts of the world, came to Nigeria, hoping that the election will happen, and it didn't happen. You tried to change your ticket, it was too expensive, so you had to go back. I wish you journey messages back home. For those of you who are staying back with us, I wish you a safe stay in Nigeria. And I have no doubt that we will. Can you please tell me how many people are watching?
704.
704. That's not bad. Thank you guys. Tap Raya.
AAC, take it back. Action. Before you go.